Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a bit of a different video. I found a news story about how a lot of American adults are not reading, and this is really important to me for a variety of reasons that I will get into after we watch the video together. But the big reason that's not really related to the video is this is important to me because I started a book reviewing channel and I want to continue to keep it growing, and I want to inspire other people to read a variety of books. So I was not going to watch the whole video and put the whole video in here, but it's only 2 minutes long. So I'm going to watch the full video, I'm not going to interrupt it or anything, and then I'm going to discuss my takeaways from the video and also the way that we can get people reading more if you want to get back into reading more. So let's get on with the video.
Holiday wish list may not include books. New research says the number of Americans reading for pleasure has dropped dramatically.
You don't say. Some doctors say that's concerning because reading can have a significant impact on your well-being. Health reporter Stephanie Stahl joins us with more on the new research as I take a look. Read here for leisure.
For pleasure.
For pleasure, right?
Get back to you on that one, right? You know, reading not only improves cognitive skills, it can reduce stress. But this new study says it's becoming less and less popular. Keandra Friedman says there's nothing like getting lost in a good book.
I think reading is very intimate.
Avid readers, once plentiful, now apparently a dying breed among American adults.
If you're engrossed in the adulting life, then you don't really have time for yourself, and reading is a pleasure for self.
Over the past 20 years, reading for pleasure is down 40% among Americans 15 and older, according to a University of Florida survey.
Other studies have shown associations between reading for pleasure and impacts on health like improved well-being, relaxation, stress reduction, mental health, and even empathy.
While the study didn't look at why less people are reading, researchers say it's likely due to multiple factors, including the rise of digital media, less leisure time, and less access to books and libraries.
I would have to schedule time to read versus it's a lot easier to just pick up your phone and look on social media.
While the decline in reading for fun may not come as a surprise, experts say the small number of parents who report reading with their kids is shocking, just 2%.
It's important to reading readiness and early education readiness. Reading with kids is also a really important form of bonding, which is really important to health.
Researchers say reading is an important part of public health, and everyone is encouraged to find time to read. And there is one more thing on this. Doctors say it is especially beneficial to read in the evening, and it can also help improve sleep. What they didn't look at, though, was audiobooks. I'm a big fan of audiobooks.
I figured that was part of the reason for the decline.
That could be. Yeah. You're on this, Siafa.
Interesting. Picture books, do they count? Picture books? No,
for some.
We'll get back to you on that one, Don,
the small
okay?
print on the captions. Thanks, Steph.
Okay, one of the biggest things that shocks me about this story is the numbers. Now, I'm not surprised that a large percentage of American adults are not reading because of the technology and the apps such as TikTok and YouTube Shorts that gives us a dopamine hit. But I am surprised at the people that were reported. Only 2% of those people read to their children, which is harming them in their schooling. And this is very surprising to me because that is one of my memories, is my mother reading to me. We read Harry Potter, we read the Ramona books, we read the Amber Brown books, and that was just a great bonding time, and we would do it before bed, and I would cuddle in bed, and then my mom would read to me. But that's gone. And I'm also interested that they're calling it a public health issue because that was my master's. I did my master's in public health, so that really stood out to me as well. And let's make 2026 a year that we begin reading, maybe one book a month. Now, I am also thinking to help with this goal getting rid of YouTube on my phone and on like the app on my phone and on my iPad, and just using it for, you know, maybe on the computer, because it's so easy when you're on a phone to just swipe. You just spend time swiping and just random clicking and with the finger, and it's just a lot easier to when you have it on a TV or when you have it on a computer. Even it's not as dopamine-y. I don't think. And also, if you're daunted by reading for pleasure, find a popular teen book. I know that, you might think you're an adult and you want to read something more adulty, but finding a teen book is a great way to dip your toe into different, you know, things, different pieces of information, different genres, different history or whatever. And and thing about me is this actually happened to me when I started reading about the Romanovs when I was 19 years old, and I got into the Romanovs because my friend and I were just hanging out and we were watching the animated film Anastasia. We sang all the songs, and so I knew Anastasia, she's called in Russian, was real, and I wanted to learn more, so I found a children's book in the Royal Diaries, and I started becoming hooked on this family. And I know all these different people. I can tell you who's related to Tsar Nicholas II, and who Vladimir Alexandrovich was, and who Mikhail Alexandrovich was, and who Ksenia Alexandrovna was, and who was the granddaughter of Nicholas's wife, Alexandra Fedorovna, who her grandmother was, aka it was Queen Victoria. Um, but I would have not known all that if I hadn't read books about the Romanovs. And I have a friend in Siberia that jokes that he goes, "You know more about my history than I do." so, so yeah. So I would have never ever known what I know about Imperial Russia if I hadn't read that book on Anastasia, that children's book on Anastasia. And I will put that in the description. I'll put that in related videos. So let's get everyone reading for 2026, and I will see you all in the next video. It will probably be after Christmas, but before New Year's. Bye, guys.